Morning, everybody. What's going on, everyone? Hope everyone's doing good. Happy Groundhog Day to you guys. The groundhog did not see his shadow, which means spring is near. Honestly, I just made up a short on that, guys. I literally, like 7 minutes before we were gonna go live. That's why I stopped talking in the chat. I actually made a short about the groundhog. Obviously, a quick little, just thing. So you guys will probably see that. Here soon. But anyways, guys, good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. I'll talk about my thoughts on the rest of the winter, or at least for February, in my little short there. So you guys will have to check it out after the live. What's up, Cade? What's up, Kim? What's up, Royalty? We have Michelle. We have Amanda. We have Misty. We have C. We have... Let's see here. Who else is hanging out with us? We have Ash. We have Crystal. Logan. What's up, guys? Good morning. So, I wanted to hop on live for a little bit with you guys this morning, obviously before the main event pops through, because, we are actually seeing ourselves, or we have seen ourselves, an upgrade in the threat. Not a level upgrade, but a extension to the severe weather concern. So as you may or may not know, we do have ourselves a level 2 threat here for today, which is a slight risk, which is a decent threat for severe weather. In yesterday's update, the slight risk was really only down here towards like areas near San Antonio. It was really down there towards like San Antonio and stuff like that. And of course, the new information that I really wanted to go over with you guys is the fact that they have actually extended the slight risk more north out there towards areas like Abilene. We have San Angelo now included in the level 2 threat. And unfortunately, the tornado probability today is still the same. Well, obviously that's good news, but the bad news is the fact that it has like tripled its size since yesterday's update overall. So that right there is why I wanted to hop on here, is to obviously, tell you guys what's going on. And the severe weather is going to be popping off here later on this afternoon into the evening hours. Now, we'll be live here to cover it today. I have already dedicated time today to live stream for you guys. So I will be here to cover this with you guys overall. But like I said, yeah, for late afternoon, early evening, as you can see, the beginning of this event is going to possibly be just a bunch of... a bunch of clusters, a bunch of discrete cells potentially, eventually turning into more of a clustered action. Seems like the HRRR has been kind of showing a little squall almost developing, or at least a little MCS or something developing here for basically late evening, around 10 p.m. Central Time, which would be 11 Eastern Time. So we'll definitely need to look out there for that. Obviously... One model, one run. I mean, it could just be a little goof up in the models, but regardless, wow, look at that. I didn't even see that. Look, that line still remains intact as it rolls through possibly like Louisiana. Wow, look at that. Shoot. I think we do have a risk out in those regions here. Yeah, kind of for the extreme southern Louisiana. That's for tomorrow. Let's see here. Low tornado risk, not zero. Exactly. Yep. Low tornado risk. The unfortunate thing, though, is having a tornado today has actually gone up in probability. Obviously, it's still a 2% chance, but since we cover a lot more ground now, since we cover so much more ground now, there is obviously more of a probability in general for possibly seeing a bit of activity. So we'll have to watch out there for that. Like I said, yesterday's threat, we had a little itty-bitty 2% chance down there towards like Victoria and those regions. I think it was a little more to the northwest actually. But now it's obviously grown very much in size. I mean, this covers a lot of ground. We're now talking over nearly 14 million people in the tornado threat here. So we'll have to keep an eye out there for that. So yeah, overall the probabilities have, the areas where tornadoes are possible has expanded here. So that's kind of a little bit of an issue. Florida Man says, anyways, Sunday risk south. Wonder if it'll come north. Yeah, that's something I was actually watching out there by Florida. Out here by me. Did they include? Oh, wow. They included a marginal level 1 threat. Well, there you go. That's for day 3. So obviously today's Friday. Tomorrow, so this will be for Sunday. We got southern Florida in a severe weather risk out there. These things are literally right on my tail. It's like I'm right between. I'm not obviously showing exactly where I'm at, but I'm basically in between the light green and the dark green here. So I'm kind of in that line. Let's see. Yeah, tabletop. Nothing going on for you, man. You're good. Obviously, you can see that the thunderstorm threats are just going to remain well south of North Carolina. There's not going to be any problems with, or I should say that there's not going to be as much of energy. There's not going to be that much available energy in the atmosphere to produce thunderstorms, yet alone even severe thunderstorms, obviously. So you're good, man. Nothing to worry about. Let's see. Akamada says that L.A. In California could get up to 2 foot of rain. No, that's not going to happen. That's obviously a little bit of a mess up in the model. Yeah, that's what we call an outcast when forecasting. If you have one model that shows something absolutely absurd, while the other models show completely different, that is one of the models you want to rule out because obviously that is a little bit bonkers. What's up, some guy? Hope you're doing good. Last cold blast was awful. Woke up one morning and it said -15. Wow. Is that wind chill or was that like actual outside temperatures? Holy cow. Yeah, that's the thing, Amanda. If say theoretically it was to be 2 foot, that would definitely be a high risk. Let's see. It looks like Southwest Missouri could get some rain. Yeah, absolutely. We are seeing that bit of precipitation roll through these regions here, especially you'd probably really see it late the 3rd, early the 4th. Is probably when you're going to see all that activity. Yeah, you can see down there towards Texas, like we were talking about, just a heap of storms that develops here later this evening, or later this afternoon, or late this afternoon, early evening. We're going to see a lot of things pop off through here. The actual temperature in 4 days later is 64. Dude, nature is so crazy, man. These shifts, I tell you what, they are nuts. Florida Man says temperature is 21. It felt like 9 degrees here one day. Then the next it was 84. Yeah. No, dude, there was that one night, like last week, I believe. Dude, it got really, really cold. And like you said, now it's warmed up a bit. It's a little cold out right now, actually. Well, for me anyways. Obviously, people up north are going to be like, you're such a lightweight when it comes to those temperatures. Which, honestly, I grew up north. I used to live up north, but my family's down here, and, I moved down here to be with them. Dude, I tell you what, I cannot handle the cold as much as I used to. I used to love the cold. I still love the cold to some extent, but dude, if it gets like 50, 50 degrees, I am freezing anymore. Like, I spent the last couple of winters down here. This is my first year, obviously, living down here, but last winter I was here all winter time. Let's see here. Where I live, it got down to -8 wind chill. Wow. Yeah, I mean, wind chill is one thing. Temperatures is a different thing, obviously. But, anyways. All right, let's check on the sat. Out here in southwestern portions here of the country, obviously you can see it. There's a lot of moisture kicking off across portions here of the, kicking off across portions here of the Rockies. We got ourselves a bit of snowfall. Actually, I believe is currently ongoing across these regions. Let's see. Turn off sat, and we'll turn on the, oh, yep, there you go. So there's radar view. So yeah, you can see there's a bit of snow up there in those upper elevations throughout portions like Arizona. We have Utah. We got portions of Nevada, obviously Colorado, Idaho, some of those regions out there. Let's see. You get acclimated to weather, or you go. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I'm gonna die though this summer, man. I mean, I've been in similar heat, but I'm up for a ride. Obviously, it's gonna. I don't handle the heat as well, but I think I'll be all right. I mean, I've experienced it before. I mean, it's brutal, but yeah, I'll be all right. See, it's 30 right now. It's supposed to reach 62 today. Gotcha. Let's see what it is for me. I'm obviously, I'm not going to show exactly where I'm at. I'll say I'm near Lakeland. Actually, I'm in Lakeland. It's a big town, so a big city, I should say. All right, let's see. What's it supposed to be for me, real quickly? Let's see. Okay, it's 72 high. It's at 51 right now. Dude, I told you I'm cold. I went out there and I was freezing this morning. Humid in Florida. Well, yeah, obviously we get a lot of Gulf and Atlantic moisture that rolls through. Gives us a lot of humid conditions overall. Anyways, let's hop back over to the outlook, y'all. Getting a little off topic here, but like I said, yeah, they did expand that here for today. We'll get rid of the storms for now. They did expand it. Tornado probability, 2% chance, much larger area, but 2% chance out there. And damaging winds. Look at this. Damaging wind threat. This is actually expanded because I remember the damaging wind threat cut off across north central Texas in yesterday's outlook. And they actually extended the damaging winds now up to eastern panhandle of Texas. And portions out there towards the western side of Oklahoma, out there by like Lawton and, just west of OKC. So that right there is that. And also hail. Oh, that's not hail. There's hail. Yeah, the hail threat is one of the main upgrades that we did see with this latest update. Overall, you can actually see how we have like San Antonio. Well, they were in the main hail threat in the beginning, regardless. But now that's gone through Austin and San Angelo. Let's see, Abilene, yeah, also included in the 15% chance for hail. So basically, this is a 15% chance you could see hail, potentially up to maybe quarter size, maybe slightly larger in some localized cases. But yeah. I should be in upstate New York. No, thank you. Definitely a no thank you. Let's see. Dude, Florida heat is different, man. It's different than your average heat. I mean, obviously, like I said, high humidity, high temperature. That's, yeah. Honestly, I've obviously it's throughout Florida, and there's actually some places also towards like the towards the coastal Atlantic. South Carolina, I used to go on vacation at Hilton Head Island. I love this place, dude. Beautiful. If you ever get a chance to go to Hilton Head Island, I would. Anyways, so yeah, it gets very hot down here too, dude. One time I was down there and every day it was like, I feel like I'm 110. Humidity was like 70%, 70, 80%. It was brutal. It's pretty brutal. Today's a school day, so is there going to be rain or be a rainmaker? Hold on, let me reread that. Today is a school day, so is there going to be a rainmaker? Ask. Dude, I am sorry, but I don't know what you're trying to say, man. It's either the fact that I am, most likely the fact that I'm dumb, but... Let's see, I gotta thank you for keeping us safe. No problem, some guy. You're very welcome. Glad to help out you guys. Oh, what? No way. No freaking way, dude. They just updated the risk. You're kidding. We gotta... Did you see that for a second? I don't know if y'all saw that there, but it looks like we have a hatched risk for hail now. Which that means now we're talking the potential of 2 inches or greater. 2 inches or greater in diameter. Dude, please tell me that was a glitch. Yeah, anytime you have... Oh, no. It's real. Yeah, they just... Oh, no. They just issued a... Oh, there it is. Right there. Look at that. So that little black area there, guys. Luckily, I think that's mostly rural areas for the most part. Actually, I don't know if San... See, Del Rio, Eagle Pass, Hondo, those areas are included. It looks like it just barely missed San Antonio. Wow. Oh, yep, here it is. It's popped up on my other screen. Did they... Wow, they extended the tornado threat even higher. No freaking way, dude. Now it goes into western Oklahoma. What about... Oh my gosh. Dude, that's a big update. Wow. Dude, I am glad I went live here, dude. Yeah, that is crazy, man. So, now, guys, the tornado threat does extend into western Oklahoma. Eastern Panhandle, very, very thin margin there. Includes like Wichita Falls, Dallas, Fort Worth is now in a tornado threat. Now in a tornado threat. I'm in Houston. I'm trying to say, is it going to rain hard in Houston? Oh. Well, I mean, you are near the severe weather threat. The western outskirts of Houston does have a threat for severe weather. So there's a chance that a couple storms could be pretty strong. See, the tornado risk is supposed to be extremely low today, though. The odds of having a tornado in one specific area is very low, but now the fact that we literally have nearly 14 million people in the tornado threat, we're still in that low. It's still a very low probability of happening, but now that we have introduced more area to it, it just increases the odds of having a tornado today. Somewhere. So what I'm trying to say is for one specific area, the odds is still the same, but since we cover so much more ground now, the probability of a tornado happening somewhere is higher, is a higher overall probability. Let's see. See Victoria, Texas. Yeah, there's Victoria right there. Yeah, Victoria is in the level 1 threat. 2% tour, 5% wind, and 5% hail. Yeah, dude, let's see what they said about this. Well, obviously, yeah, so anytime you have a hatched risk here, which they just added here, that, like I said, that basically means that, there is a possibility for 2-inch hail in diameter or larger. So it's kind of an issue. Let's see. Do I think the tornado threat will stay to the west of Grapevine area near Dallas-Fort Worth Airport? Let's see. Well, I got to figure out where okay, is this Dallas-Fort Worth area? Or Dallas-Love Field? Is that it? I don't know if that can't be it, is it? Is that the main airport? Dallas Love Field? Huh. Anyways, yeah, the main tornado threat is going to be mostly west of that area. 110 is a normal thing here in Florida. Oh, yeah. All right, see you later, Crystal. Megan says, woohoo, I got a shout out. Thank. You're very welcome. Anytime. You know, I'm glad to help out you guys. But yeah, dude, they wow, I can't believe they pulled that card, man. They sure did. Let's see. I know in your forecast mode, but any upcoming next week or so. From what I've seen, not really anything too significant. It looks like another blocking ridge of high pressure will come through the Midwest, kind of between like the 5th and the 8th. So, yeah, here, I'll go and show you. I'm not going to leave y'all blind here. So, yeah, obviously we have the storm system rolling through, snow for the upper elevations, rain for the southeast, rolls through. And then another dome of high pressure, you know, over 1,020 millibars, which is considered definitely high pressure. You can see that's just going to be pretty clear across a lot of the central U.S. And there's talks of another system. This system will actually likely occur because I've seen multiple models for the last couple days mention this. There could be some impacts on this storm system here. Obviously, it's a little too early to know, but you know, here for basically the 8th. Basically here for late the 7th into the 8th, there's another storm system that could rock through. Here, I'll show you some more support if you guys are wanting to know my support behind this claim. CMC, which is another model, this one also does show it. You can see there, pretty similar to the GFS actually, not too far off. Another model for you guys, you know, just to show you guys some more proof per se. Here you go. February 8th. Icon model is another run here, so this one also shows it. So yeah, you can see that the odds, obviously since we have a lot of, you know, support between all three of those models that we just looked at, the odds of that storm system existing is very confident, actually pretty confident, yeah. But like I said, in terms of what it's going to do, it's not so much known. It could be big, could be small, could die out. Who knows? Yeah, but we'll keep an eye on it. That's going to be our next storm system we'll be tracking. Good morning, Darian. Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. Mazio, I don't remember where. Oh, you said 32566. I'm sorry. I'm out of my mind. See here, Florida. Oh yeah, gotcha. No, you're good, man. That low pressure system that I was talking about, obviously, yeah, we're gonna get a lot of rain from it. Here, I'll even show. Wow, look at this, dude. NAM is still going crazy, dude. Look at that. What's that? 986. Is that the same? Oh, that's the latest 06 Zulu, dude. Wow. Dude, what's going on with the NAM? The NAM has been pretty crazy lately. Look at that little vortice. I wouldn't trust it, honestly. But, yeah, we do have a severe weather threat for southern Florida. I honestly believe that's going to move into a lot of central and northern Florida, potentially. Let's see. I mean, you can see instability. Let's see here. Oh, this model kind of cuts out at the time. But a lot of that pool of instability will go over Florida, which possibly could pop off a bit of severe weather out more north, potentially for, I'd say, we'll see. This will be Sunday day 3. Is this storm going to cause flooding in Texas? Yeah, there is actually a threat for flooding in Texas from this event here. Let's go ahead and get rid of the severe weather risk for no overlays. The flooding risk, on the other hand, that they won, you can see it's just a little marginal. Which is, you know, not really a big deal. I mean, obviously there could be some localized sectors that could see a bit of flooding, but yeah, overall not a big problem. Now tomorrow, on the other hand, we are introduced with a level 2 threat for flooding down there towards southern Louisiana, towards portions near Gulfport, Mississippi, and extreme eastern Texas. And of course, for Saturday, we still got that marginal. Nothing's really changed on those threats overall. But anyways, what's up, Thomas? We're doing good, man. Let's see here. Tornado threat has uptrended on the models quite a bit. Yeah, did you see the latest update they did? I don't know if you're here for the latest outlook we just saw, but yeah, they did. They extended that tornado threat substantially since yesterday's update. I wish I had a photo of yesterday's 2%. I could show you guys just how much it's changed. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Because it was just a little localized area in South Texas. And, I mean, now the tornado threat covers a lot of Texas and bits of Oklahoma now, which is, yeah, there you go. That green area, that's our tornado probability for today. Which, I mean, it goes all the way as far down south as Corpus Christi, and it goes all the way as far north as Woodward here in northwest Oklahoma. That's, let's see how long that is. I mean, that's a pretty long gap. Yeah, look at that. That's 630 miles from end to end there. And its widest point here is about, let's see, is that 300? Yeah, about 340. Yeah, no, it's grown for sure. Definitely has grown in size quite a bit. Also, like I said, they did add a significant hail threat too. Yeah, like I said, barely dodged San Antonio, dude. San Antonio is just outside of the hatch risk for hail. And like I said, hail hatch risk, that is, kind of a problem. And, you know, like I said, there is a potential that we could actually see maybe the possibility here of, some of that hail being potentially 2 inches in diameter or greater, which is, like I said, kind of an issue here. So we'll have to obviously be looking out there for that. Let's see. Yeah, let's dive into models, actually, guys. I do want to bring up some models. I want to dive into, like, helicity, SRH, and instability and stuff. So let me hop over there. Now, a lot of this stuff, I'm going to try to explain it as best as I can. Obviously, I'm not a good teacher, but I can wrong sector. I can try to explain what's going on here. So, first of all, I look at is the instability, the available energy in the atmosphere, or the potential energy in the atmosphere we could see here. It's not actual energy until it's already kicking off. But anyways, so potential energy-wise, we're looking for values over 500. Think of this as the fuel for these storms. Think of it as like the energy that the storms need to do some interesting things. So we're really looking for anything this time of the year. 500 plus is okay for severe weather. And we're seeing some areas. Wow, look at that NAM. Now this is one model, so keep that in mind. But this model shows 1,000 to 1,500 joules per kilogram of instability, which, like I said, that's considered a decent amount of energy for this time of the year. And on top of that, so by the way, this is at 06 Zulu, which is, I believe, a little after midnight. I think it's like 1 a.m. Central Time. Dude, it's so hard to convert. Like I've gotten engraved into the later time zone, not this time zone, but the other time zone. I've gotten it engraved 4 hours. Now it's 5 hours behind. And also changing time zones is totally messing with my brain here. But it's sometime like in very late evening, early morning tomorrow, essentially. So another thing I want to look at is the winds. This is something that's very important. Which the winds basically help organize the storms. So it takes that energy and it helps organize the severe weather. And in this case, the heaviest of the instability, or the instability in general, I'll add a little circle for here as well. That's kind of where the heaviest instability is at. Now, when it comes to the 850 millibar zone, you can see how obviously the winds, we're getting around 30, nearly 40 knots of lower level winds, and we're scanning this about 4,000 feet up, which is relatively close to ground. not too far up. But yeah, we are seeing 30 knots, which I mean could definitely have some organizing potential on it with tornadoes. That's the whole reason why I think that's the reason why they actually extended the tornado odds today, is because the area, the jet here, that lower level winds, is actually pretty widespread now. It was looking a little iffy on the models yesterday and the day before, but it seems like models have kind of picked up on it more overall. So obviously instability in the winds now match up better than they did here yesterday. Dew point temperatures, yeah, we're expecting. So this is basically measuring our moisture. Storms need a lot of moisture, and here at the surface, we need a lot of moisture, and we measure these in dew points. And basically, you want those dew point values to be relatively 60 and above. But in this case, we have it upper 50s, which is doable. Get my pun there, doable for dew points. Okay. But yeah, no, there is enough dew point, or there is enough moisture in the lower atmosphere to get things kicking off. So that's good. We have the moisture, we have the instability, potential energy, as well as the winds to organize storm structures. Last thing I want to look at is helicity, which is basically rotating updraft potential. Helicity in some pockets definitely does get pretty hefty. Let's see here. Yeah, especially out there by east central Texas. I'm going to grab a sounding, which is basically a sample of the atmosphere, guys. There's going to be a lot of gibberish on it. Wow. Holy cow, look at that photograph. Okay, it's just kind of me nerding out here. Typical weather nerd. Yeah, so dew point's lower 60s. It's good enough moisture. Yeah, you can really see the visual of how the winds change with directions. Look at that. So here's the ground level. So pretend this is the ground. Don't look at anything else. Just this line, this is the ground, okay? And this is going up in the atmosphere. So the higher we go up on the y-axis, the more altitude we're gaining. So for example, this is 1 kilometer, this is 3 kilometers, this is 6 kilometers, 9, 12, and 15. There's 12, and then there's 15. So you can see how we're going up in elevation here. Now, these are the winds on this. So don't pay attention to this. Pay attention to this bar right here, okay? So this is their wind profile, in which the way that they're pointing is the way that the winds are going. So, for example, the winds are, in this case, across the surface. They're coming from the south and moving to the north. So they're kind of pointing like this. So the winds are northerly. So that's all that northerly advection I was talking about, all that warm air coming from the Gulf and pushing inland, which is fueling the interaction with warm and the cold air that's already in place. The cold air that's already in place and that warm air coming up from the Gulf is going to help cause a bit of that interaction to occur, where the potential energy grows and ultimately could lead to severe weather. And as you go towards the mid-levels of the atmosphere, so we're basically talking between like 6 and 9 kilometers, you see the winds, they're going from the southwest. So they're coming from the southwest and they're going to the northeast here. So you see how as we go up in elevation, the wind direction changes. And this is something we call a hodograph, which basically you can see the pink here is at the bottom towards the ground, the yellow is in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, and the blue is in the upper atmosphere. So starting at the ground where it's pink, you can see obviously a rapid wind directional change as you go from the ground up. So for example, this is basically a compass. This is north, south, east, and west. And this is displayed in knots. So obviously in this case, we're starting off at the surface around 15 knots. And this is obviously, as we go up in altitude, so as we move on this line, we go up in altitude. So keep that in mind. So we're going up in altitude. The wind changes to the northeast. Then it actually pulls back a bit, according to the hodograph here, and obviously goes, mostly directional to the east in the upper atmosphere. So basically, in simple terms, what I'm trying to say here is that we have lower level rotation in the atmosphere, which will allow for tornadoes. It's that simple. I probably could have said that in the beginning, but I wanted to kind of break things down because I know there's a handful of people out there who really wants to know what's going on behind this. And this is a great way to kind of show you what's going on in the atmosphere for this given time. Okay, see, I've been trying to learn how to read those charts, and it's not easy. No, it's not. It's actually very intimidating, especially to newcomers with meteorology and weather. Whenever I started learning meteorology, this was a big problem for me. But I overcame it. I understood it. I did classes. I talked to people, and it helped me a lot. And so obviously now I know what's going on. At the point now where I'm at, I can look at this in a matter of like 15 seconds, and I understand what's going on in this atmosphere scenario. It's pretty cool. You can kind of like build a model in your head, essentially. That's how I see it anyways. I can kind of like build a model in my head, seeing like what ways the winds are moving. And I wish I could envision and show you guys what I'm seeing whenever I think about this. Like, it's cool. It's really cool. And that's what I'm trying to do my best at explaining what's going on at this place. Hopefully you guys, did you guys learn anything about that? I mean, did you guys obviously, did that make sense to any of you guys? I mean, obviously I hope it did. Like I said, I'm not the best teacher, obviously, but anyways, Kyle says, beautiful explanation. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right, let's see here. Northeast of Fort Worth. What's the main threats here? So, northeast of Fort Worth. Gotcha. Let's hop on back over here to the SPC outlook here. So, tornado probabilities. We got a 2% chance for Dallas. They did extend that into Dallas, by the way, guys. So, Dallas and Fort Worth area does have a small tornado threat. It's a really relatively low odd of seeing tornadoes, obviously, but it is a threat for an isolated tornado or two, which could be possible. Damaging winds, 5% chance out there towards Fort Worth, Dallas area, a little bit to the east here. Most of the threat's going to be to the south and to the west a bit. And then, of course, hail threat. Fort Worth almost gets cut into the 15, but we're good. 5% chance for hail. But like I was explaining here with what's going on right now, with the latest update that the SPC, or the Storm Prediction Center, they put out, the meteorologists in Norman, Oklahoma, the main government thunderstorm forecasters, they upgraded their risk to now a hatch risk, or a significant risk, which is saying, hey, in this case, across the black area, we have ourselves a whopping 15% chance of seeing hail, potentially up to 2 inches in diameter. So, do I have any? I mean, I can't really explain it. You guys can imagine 2 inches in diameter. So 2 inches up and down, 2 inches left and right. Make a circle. So that's how large the hail could be. Maybe even larger in some localized and more worst case scenarios. That theoretically could be a possibility today. But the good news is that that's kind of just to the west of San Antonio. Like I said, San Antonio did dodge the bullet there. Obviously, you're not included, but there is still a decent hail threat for those regions. So make sure to obviously, still be weather aware in those regions, as we do still have a threat for hail. All right, let's see here. See, I'm in northwest. Sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, northwest of Fort Worth and those areas. Yeah, we do have that threat that does continue up. It's different for every area, but yeah, northwest of Fort Worth. Like I said, the tornado probability they just updated here. The odds for tornadoes has not the overall percentage for tornadoes. That stayed the same, or for one specific area, it's a 2% chance for tornadoes, which that stayed the same. But the overall probability, guys, of us seeing a tornado today has increased because still the same probability of happening for one given area, but since the given area is much larger now, it increases more ground for potential tornadic activity to occur on. So that's a little concerning, obviously, meaning that there's a greater probability of seeing tornadoes than what we thought yesterday. I mean, it's kind of hard to explain. Hopefully you kind of get what I'm trying to say here. And of course, with the hail, yeah, they did include 15% risk. They shot that thing up to the north here towards Wichita Falls, actually, and they just added a hatch risk here, 20 minutes ago or so. Yeah. And Damaging winds here, still 5% chance. Yeah, they didn't extend that. I had a feeling, honestly, they were going to put that at a 15. I'm surprised they didn't put a 15 risk out there for damaging winds. I'd say especially kind of towards Abilene. I think that's where we needed a larger hail threat, or sorry, a larger wind threat, possibly 15. But obviously they're better. They're better at forecasting than I am. I mean, they're the experts at Norman, but But personally, from my standpoint, I would say that we should probably get a little bump up on that. Anyways, but guys, if y'all have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, y'all. Like I said, we're going to be here for you guys. Obviously, I want to be here to help keep y'all prepared and obviously weather aware and, like I said, to inform you as best as possible. And if there's anything specific you guys want me to take a look at, feel free to let me know. This live stream was not intended to be that long, by the way, guys, so we're probably going to roll off here pretty soon. But tonight or today, I will go live for coverage. And I will be here. I'm thinking of going live around like maybe 6 p.m. Eastern time, so it's going to be a little later. Yeah, because, the event goes into tomorrow morning, actually, so I'm going to be live probably for a while. So I wouldn't be surprised if I go live at like 7 p.m. It might, storms will fire off, we'll get some activity going, and then towards the heart of the severe weather event, I'll go live for it. Okay. What time does this kick off, says Kyle? Good question, man. So models, obviously the HRRR here is just an estimate. Obviously you can't take this, to be approximate. It could definitely change. But you can start to see some of those kind of discrete cells, those, isolated storms developing here kind of right around 6 p.m. Eastern time, which would be 5 central to the local region here. Obviously, Texas is in a central time zone. So, yeah, right around 5 p.m. Central time. And obviously, you can see here by 10 p.m., so 9 for you guys, it could turn into more of a cluster type of ordeal. So, yeah, that's what's going on there. But anyways, guys, well, yeah, then like I said, obviously turns into a big mess across eastern Texas for even tomorrow morning. Look at that, 3 a.m., so 2 a.m. Central. Still potentially got some strong storms going off out there. So, like I said, we'll be live for a while today. I plan on doing some extended coverage today, probably going to be live for several hours. So, prepare for that. If you're new to the channel, like I said, I don't ask for much on the channel. Consider subscribing. That's all I got to say. Just consider it. That way you guys are on top with it. And that way it actually helps out the channel. Helps out the YouTube algorithm, helps push our videos and live streams out, which ultimately helps out everybody in the end. So if you guys could, please consider it. It'd be much appreciated. Let's see. But, all right, guys. Well, like I said, that's, not intending this to be a long live stream. Just wanted to hop on here to and, talk about the updates, stuff like that. I know a lot of you guys got work and school to go to, so not going to hold y'all back. If y'all are just joining and want to know more about the severe weather event, just rewind the live stream, start at the beginning. We go over a lot of things here, so just feel free to do that. Of course, guys, well, once again, thank y'all for being here. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Like I said, once again, we'll catch y'all later today. We'll be live here, like I said, between probably 6, 7 p.m. Eastern time, so we'll be live here to cover this. But, all right, y'all. Well, y'all have a great day. Once again, happy Groundhog Day. And once again, if y'all are just tuning in, the groundhog did not see his shadow, which means that we have spring that is incoming. So, obviously, but like I said, my whole topic on that is on my shorts page. I literally quickly put together a short, so go check it out right now, guys. I put up a YouTube short there on our main page talking about Groundhog Day and what happened and what I personally think. It's really quick. It's like a 20-second short. It's really short. So, all right, y'all. Y'all take care. Much love to you. Be careful out there today, guys. Be careful. Make sure that you guys are weather aware. Turn on those no weather radios, man. Get those things turned on now. Don't forget. Don't forget to turn on those weather radios, y'all, out there by Texas, Oklahoma. Just keep it in, obviously just keep an eye on it, okay? And once again, make sure you turn those puppies on. And, all right, y'all. You guys take care. Stream's going to head off here in approximately 2 minutes. So go ahead and say goodbye to your friends, family, anybody you're hanging out with in the chat. Once again, everybody, y'all have a great day. You guys take care. And once again, we'll catch y'all later on today for some live coverage. All right, guys. Y'all take care. And we'll catch you later on. Peace out, my friends. Have a great day. See you then.